If you think that waiting to the spring to buy a home is a good idea, then this video might save you thousands. Hi, I'm Nikki Adams, local real estate expert in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I'm here to share my market insights with you. Today we're going to talk about if you should wait to buy in the spring or if it's good to buy in the winter. Every market has seasonal ebb and flows where things are a little busier, things are a little slower. In the springtime, a lot of people just naturally think, hey, I'm going to wait till spring to buy. People prefer moving when it's warmer. Sellers, there's a lot more inventory on the market because sellers feel like their houses look better in the spring because the grass is green and all the holiday decor is down and the yards aren't as muddy, and it's just a better time for them. So there's a lot more inventory that hits the market in the spring. And there are a lot more buyers who also naturally just tend to gravitate towards purchasing in the spring, which means more competition for you if you're a buyer. So if you're thinking about buying a home, you can get great deals. You can have a lot more negotiating power if you're willing to do it when there's a little bit less competition, which is during the winter time. So I always say winter is the time that you can really get those deals and steals because there's a lot less competition for you as the buyer. Sellers who are selling during the winter are also usually more motivated. They usually have more of a reason to sell other than it's just, it's spring and we're doing the spring cleaning and we're ready to get the house on the market. People who list prior to spring usually have a reason. Maybe they're relocating for a job. Maybe they have a lifestyle change. Maybe they have to sell. So you find a lot more motivated sellers and you find a lot more negotiating power because there's less buyers. When there's more buyers in the market, that's more competition for you because you have more people bidding on the same house, which means the seller might be less likely to pay your closing costs. They might be a little less likely to negotiate on those repairs that you wanted from that home inspection. They might be less likely to accept if you have another contingency like a home that you need to sell because they have more people to choose from that are interested in their home. So buying in the winter can save you money. It can save you time. It's usually a busier time in the spring. So in the winter time, we see closing companies, lenders working a lot quicker. So you can usually make it from going under contract to the closing table in a much shorter time during the winter. So you can save time, you can save money, and you can have a lot more negotiating power on your end if you beat out the competition and you purchase a home in the winter. One myth that I hear that I don't agree with is, should we wait until interest rates come down? If we're looking to buy and we feel like rates are high, should we wait till they come down? My answer to that would be no, never. Marry the house and date the rate. I know you probably heard that term before and it's a little, whatever. But the point behind it is you can always refinance your rate later, but you cannot renegotiate the price on your house. So if you can get a house right now when rates are a little bit higher, then that means, again, there's going to be less competition from other buyers. There's so many buyers right now sitting on the side of the fence saying, I'm going to wait till rates drop. Well, what do you think is going to happen when rates drop? You're going to have this influx of buyers like we've seen during the COVID season. I keep referencing the COVID season, but I feel like so many people feel like we're still in it and we're not. During the COVID season, rates were low and inventory was also low and all these buyers were rushing out. That's when you were seeing bidding wars and houses going for thousands over asking price and off the market in one day. So what do you think is going to happen if rates do drop? Which they're not going to drop back to what they were. I hate to burst that bubble. I don't see that happening. So people are going to get feel like it's normal to have a 5 or 6% interest rate. Interest rates are right now currently around that 6% mark. That's still a really good rate. But if rates do go down, then the price of homes are going to increase. As rates go down, that means it's a supply and demand thing. There's going to be more demand and probably the same amount of supply. So when those two things happen, that drives the price up. So as the price of the house goes up, the interest rate comes down, you're still paying more monthly than you would if you would have locked the house in at a more competitive price. Rates might be a little bit higher than you like, but when they do drop down, if they do drop down, then you can refinance that and then you've already locked that house in at that more competitive price. So I never tell people to wait for rates to drop. I say buy what's comfortable in your, and you always want to talk to a lender and make sure you're in your comfort zone of what you can afford monthly. And they are very strategic and strict about that. They're not going to let you overfinance for a home. Those days are long gone. So if you talk to a lender and you find something that's comfortable in your budget, then we just try to get you the best deal that we can within that budget. But waiting can cost you thousands of dollars. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video talking about the Bowling Green market.